Okay. Hope everyone able to see this one. So today I'm going to talk about a free webinar which is provided by First Pharma Job. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Vinay regarding this one. Today I'm going to discuss about how we are going to establish a paper. Okay, so how we are going to able to communicate our research through proper wording and everything. Okay, so one by one I'm going to teach you. So sorry. So myself, I'm Satyanarayana Swami. Recently completed my PhD from Sri Krishna Devara University, and I am also a founder for Nanolect, where I'm going to discuss about regarding nanotechnology for everyone. It is like a small news and a blog channel actually. So in future you can able to I will provide the link. You can click and let you know what is going to happening there. Okay. So now our topic is publish like a pro. Okay. So how a professional is going to execute the research and is going to publish the papers in best journals. Okay. Okay. First, our house rules will be please turn off your microphone first. Then whatever the questions you have, please type in the chat box. And if you have any questions to raise, okay, please keep them until the completion of this webinar. At the end, we can go into discuss about those question and answers. Okay. So today in this session, I'm going to discuss about majorly three things. First of all, what actually the scientific publications are and how you are going to write them until for the publication. And later we are going to discuss for journal selection strategies, how we are going to select journals regarding for our research. Okay. So later I'm going to give some tips so that you can able to use them in your research. So why publication actually writing skills matter? This is so important because nowadays everyone are going towards sciences and everyone are trying to pursue them. So at the same time, not only pursuing research is important. At the time, you need to publish them also. That is also important. So before that, what actually the scientific publications? Okay, you are saying that it will be a paper, right? In normal terms, you are using the name simple a paper. So usually scientific publication, okay, we call them as actually research findings which are going from the academics or industries. And after your research, okay, you are going to be establish those results in a communication form. Okay, so that's how we are going to define these scientific publications. Usually, how actually these scientific publications are made means usually they maintain the accuracy first of all. Okay, whatever they were getting the results, they need to be reproducible every time. So you read something, you return something from your own mind. Okay, later some people are going to try those results. Okay, if they are not going to repeatable, what is going to happen means they will catch you. Okay, which is causes actually academic fraud, then followed by retracting that paper, okay, which actually causes a lot of trouble to you in your career. So before that, okay, before when you are going to publish a paper in a best journal, always think that you have some good data first of all, so you can play that data so that you can publish properly. Okay, don't make any what you call choices and you are going to put in that paper and you are going to publish there. So nowadays actually there are a lot of softwares that came. Okay, they are going to catch you easily. Okay, so how actually that is happening and everything, okay, I will discuss in few minutes. So first of all, how many types of articles are there? Going to establish, okay, how to write a paper. Before, let you know how many types of papers are there. Okay, how many types of papers you are going to see from different areas of journals. Usually, the first ones are research articles. We can say it as. Also, we also call them as actually original articles. That means you did a unique thing that you are going or you are establish a new area or you just given a new idea for the existing knowledge. All these are going to be presented in a research article. Research article actually discusses about how you done the work. You have some methodologies there, and through the methodology you got the results, and through that results you are going to establish your task. Okay, this is about the research articles. Later comes up with the review articles. Review articles are of two types again. Okay, there may be a full-length review articles are there, and many articles, many review articles will be there. Usually, review articles discuss about the recent things, what happened in that field, or some topmost scientists they can going to discuss from a decade to they will discuss about 50 years what happened, like a century what happened in this field. Okay, everything will be there in review articles. But when come to the mini review articles, usually they will publish like what happened within these 3 years. Okay, so what are the best thing happened in that field? So those are going to be exhibited in the review articles. Then come to the short communication. Usually these are the results that came up from a lab. So they are not, they are like a very new one. Okay, no one up to now, no one is found. So you need to climb them before someone is going to establish that one. Okay, so for that purpose, some journals allow it to you to for a short communications. It may contain only a single experiment, or that it is like an extension of another experiment. Okay, like a small 2 to 3 pages, it is going to complete. Then come to the case studies. Case studies usually done by clinical case studies like that. Okay, usually for a clinical case researchers. Okay, all of these things are established in the case studies. Then there is a conference papers. Usually when someone is going to attend for a seminar or going to some for workshops, those guys are going to accept these papers. Okay, we some other name it is called as actually proceedings. Okay, some people call them as proceedings. Then there are editorials. Editorials are published by the chief editors of the journal, or the person who is going to be in the top of that field. Okay, he is going to discuss about what happened this 1 year or 1 month. Okay, within the short time, something happened in the science community. They are going to discuss in this editorials. And there are letters and correspondence will be there. Okay, letters and correspondence means sometimes a new concept is going to develop. Okay, in that field. So in order to communicate to the world, usually like a single paper length. Some scientists are going to discuss these letters or correspondences. And finally, some people are going to publish the thesis also for the research journals. Okay, so it is happening for some journals only. Now, coming to the classification of the journals, usually based upon the field of study, we are going to classify there are biology journals, physics journals, engineering journals, medical journals. Okay, like that. Okay, we have many fields. Okay, based upon the subject we are going to handle. Then there are type of journals are there are two types like peer reviewed and reviewed. What is peer reviewing means? After submission of your journal, some people are going to study. Okay, some people who are expertise in that field, those people will study these will read all your papers and they will judge you. Okay, whether your research is worthwhile or not. Or then sometimes some scientists may suggest you. Okay, you need to correct these things so that you can able to publish in that journal. Okay, so it is like that. Some journals are not going to peer review you. Okay, they will directly accept. But in journal, okay, if you are going to be in top position and you want to establish in a good labs, usually majority of the papers they need to be peer reviewed. Then only they will consider for interviews and everything. If the journal is doesn't contain any peer review means, so that means that there is a chances that your work is not that much credible. Then another form of journals are another type of journals you may be see based upon their availability in the internet. If they're freely available, okay, you can able to access them directly. We call them as open access. Okay, and some journals will be there. Usually these journals, if you want to read them, you must subscribe. Usually this subscription made by universities or industries. Okay, so those people can able to read that one. For normal people, we are not going to access that one. And another things are indexed and non-indexed journals. Usually indexed journals, okay, that means they have some credibility. Okay, in the science community, those people thinks that if it is indexed, okay, that means they are credible in application. When come to non-indexed journals means they are just for some purpose they are existing in the society. Okay, they don't have that much of value right now. So based upon that, we have indexed and non-indexed. This is the general classification. Okay. Okay. Coming to the indexing, what are the indexing means? Indexing is simple. Okay. If the journal has some credibility, if the journal showing scientific rigorous and scientific rationale, all these journals are going to keep in a certain organization or in a category. Okay. So who is going to do? Usually, if you observe in science community, you know, right, the Thomson and Reuters. Okay, this is the one of the credible source of media, and another is a Clarivate. Okay, usually these two usually run this indexing. For SCI indexing, I think so. Everyone are here this one, right? SCI, Scopus, Web of Science. Okay, all these are actually indexings. Okay, if you observe the SCI or SCIE, there are two things are there. Okay, SCI and SCI, that means science cited index. These two are same. But what is the difference between SCI and SCIE means SCI is actually up to 1999. We doesn't have any that much of computation sources that time. So everything is in hard copy bounded. Okay, so all this comes under SCI. After 1999, what happened means all these journals acquired the computation. So they enter into the digital era. They use the digital media. So if the journals are using the digital media, okay, those are actually cited in the SCIE indexing. Okay. Next, coming to the Scopus. Actually, this Scopus is maintained by Elsevier. Okay, this has a complete database regarding the journals and their accountability. All this maintained by the Scopus. If you come to the India, we have what you call UGC's care actually. Okay, CRE is there. UGC care, which is maintained by our UGC. Okay, there are some journals are there. So if you publish in those journals, okay, we are going to accepting for the PhD thesis like that. Okay, in this India is happening. But come to the world, okay, usually majority of the good labs, they will accept SCIE and SCI indexed only. Okay, they are not even considering the Scopus also right now nowadays, the Web of Science also. Usually Web of Science is like a big catalog where you are going to observe the SCI journals and Scopus journals. Both they are going to display in the Web of Science. Okay, then a PubMed is there, okay, which is maintained by NIH. Okay, it is a National Health Institute of Health actually from USA. So if you are going to see your journals, which may be in a PubMed, Web of Science, Scopus, or SCI, means they are somewhat worthable. Okay, if they are present in SCI or SCI, means they are top range. Okay, now like that nowadays actually is happening. Okay, in the Society of Science. So coming to the indexing, okay, usually indexing also done by based upon the subject or the field of interest actually. If you see the for sciences, we have science cited index. For pharma people also, we are going to observe for the SCI. Okay, SCI I already told you, SCI and SCI both are same. And SCCI is there. Okay, it is for social sciences, and AHCI is there. It is for art and humanities. Okay, for the particular field of interest, this indexing also is made in actually. Okay, usually these journals, all the indexed journals, okay, the Scopus or whatever it is, okay, all these journals are categorized into 4 quartiles. Okay, we call them as Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals. So you may listen, okay, or you may hear somewhere, okay, you need to get a Q1 journal, Q2 journal, Q3 journal, Q4 journal, okay, like this. So usually Q1 means it indicates almost all SCI papers. Okay, you are going to see SCI and SCI indexed papers will be there, right? Majority of the papers they will be observed in the Q1 journals. These are the top prestigious journals actually. Then come to Q2. Some SCI indexing are there, Scopus indexing are journals also there in Q2. Okay, these are mid-range actually. Okay, these are mid-range journals, or still they are considered as what you call prestigious only. When come to Q3 and Q4, usually Q3 are indexed with the Scopus, and Q4 may not have the Scopus ability. Okay, they are like low quality. They are going to consider for normal institutes, okay, not like big institutes. If you want to enter into a big institute, usually you need to depend upon to consider for a Q1, Q2 always. That is so important. Now, usually where we are going to observe this Q1, Q2, Q3, okay, these numberings means you can just go through Web of Science or Scopus, okay? Scopus, just you type www.scopus.com, okay? Or you can go through Elsevier. Elsevier also, they are going to produce this Scopus actually, is maintaining by Scopus. So you can observe these Q1 to Q4 journals, okay? What are the ranking and everything you can observe there, okay? Then coming to citation score, actually I told you, right, the Q1, Q4, how they are going to give these names, okay, based upon the citations. Those journals, they are actually getting if the factor of 1, okay, just a thing like that, 100%, just 100% is equal to 1, okay. If the factor is 1, usually those journals will be in Q1. Okay, if the factor is getting like less than 95, that is 0.9 or 0.9394, okay, like that, those journals will be in Q2. Okay, less than that, okay, if you are observing like 0.4, 0.3 like that, okay, those journals will be under Q3 and Q4 journals. So it is depend upon how many times that journal is going to be cited, okay, so that based upon that score you are going to getting the citation score. So usually it is calculated based on the percentage and it is equivalent to 1. Okay, so almost SCI indexing or Scopus indexing, SCI indexing will get more credibility with high citation scores, and Scopus may be very less. Next, and the second thing, okay, we will consider the impact factor. Okay, if you observe some journals which are, although they are SCI indexed, okay, they don't have the impact factor, but some journals, okay, they have the impact factor. Okay, so usually you see the impact factor for Q1, Q2 journals only, okay, not Q3, Q4. Because impact factor is a normal measure, okay, from almost from 20 years it is getting more influence. Okay, so if you are getting a paper more than like 5 impact factor, 10 impact factor, means your credibility is very high. Okay, majority of the institutes, okay, which are in high grades, okay, they are going to consider the impact factor also. Although you have a Q1 journal, they will consider impact factor also during interviews. So check this one. Next, how about where you are going to publish the journals, right? So there are many publishing houses are there. Usually the big publication houses are will be Elsevier and Springer. Like 5 years back, this Springer is merged with Nature actually. Okay, Nature previously it is separate entity. Now it is comes under both umbrella in one single umbrella. Okay, that is now in Springer Nature. And the third one big agency is Wiley. And the fourth one is Taylor and Francis. For engineering guys who will be there, they may observe the IEEE. Okay, and for chemistry we have American Chemical Society is there, and RS is there. That is Royal Society of Chemistry. Okay, for and the big one, okay, after Springer and Nature and Elsevier, the another one is actually PLOS. Okay, it only allows for open access. There doesn't have any subscription model actually. That means you can able to read any paper in the PLOS freely. Okay. Now you have some basic, right? So what are scientific publications, and where you are going to publish them, and how many classifications of papers will be there, okay, and on what base you are going to classification, and what is impact factor, and what is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So you have some knowledge right now, right? So if you have any questions, please let me know now. So if not, I will continue for writing to publication concept. Okay. Okay, I hope you have some idea, right? So I will continue from here. Okay. So now we will consider the how you are going to write the paper, right? So how after writing, how you are going to publish the paper. So before that, it has two objectives actually. So one objective is effective communication. Okay, whatever the research you've done by you, okay, you know that, you know everything. Okay, what methodologies you used, okay, you know about your area of work, what you've done, but you need to communicate to the audience. So how you are going to do that one? That is the first objective for writing a paper. The second thing is, while writing your paper, you must always align, okay, align with the journal expectations. So every journal have some expectations, such that if you meet those expectations, then only your paper will be considered for the publication. So these are the two things you always remember while considering for writing a paper. So you need to be prepared. Okay, before writing the paper, you must be prepared. So what you must have prepared means, first you must have a thorough literature review, right? So although you have done some research, you've done that research based upon some previous scientist work, what they worked, okay, or some people actually what they worked previously. So based upon that, you are going to develop that one. So you must sure that, okay, if your work is new, still in science is one thing. If it is new means already some old concepts are there. Okay, based on that you have developed. Okay, so you must have what is that concept actually earlierly. So what new things you develop. So you must have that clarity before that one. Okay, so for that purpose you must thoroughly undergo literature review. Then the second thing is, you must have proper objectives while writing a paper. The audience must understand, okay, what's going on there. Okay, they need to be understand. Okay, the clear objectives you must show. And the second thing is the data. okay, how beautiful you are going to show the data, okay, that much okay way you are getting more audience for reading that one. Next, third one is you must select a journal such that it must fit its scopes and aims. Some people, okay, they are going to doesn't see anything. There someone said, okay, it is a free journal, you can submit. Just what we will do, just whatever you written, just we are going to throw there. No, not like that, okay. You need to follow some systematic rules and regulations. Every journal have their own guidelines, okay. So based upon that, you need to follow. So a small brain teaser for you here, okay. So usually imagine that you are an author, okay. You are an author. What you are going to do is you think that your work is so groundbreaking, and you have that that confidence, okay, so that my work is going to be published everywhere, okay. So that much content you have. So what is going to happen? The content what you have, exactly the same contents the editor may have. What editor will think? Should I consider this work? If, because editor has a lot of experience, and you are a new guy. Editor have a lot of experience. He will think that okay, it is not that much groundbreaking. It's not that much novel. Why should I consider? Okay, this is the perspective of the editor. And the third thing is audience is there. Okay, if the editor, okay, thought that it's a good paper, he published it in the journal, right? So why the editor will publish in journal? The journal thinks that it will impact, okay, it will get impact more in his site. So every author will come and read, so he can earn some money, right? So at the end of the day, it is an economical only, okay. So what he will thinks, before considering that work, he thinks whether this is worthable or not, such that his journal is getting good rank or not. He will think like that. Okay. Now audience will think that, okay, whether should I spend my time or not with this paper. That is also so important. Okay. If the audience think, okay, doesn't have interest in this paper, what happened? Although the paper is published there, what is happening? This audience is not at all coming there. So finally, the paper loses its worth. Not only loses its worth, okay, it also decreases the impact of that paper. You know, there are like 1,000 paper will be there. Usually, citation index is calculated based upon how many papers are there and how much impact is there per month, per week, per day, or per year. So based upon that, they are going to consider the rank systematically every year. So if there are 10 papers are there, those 10 papers are not viewed from a longer time, no one is going to interest on that paper. What is going to happen means that journal lost some impact, okay, but it will be in points, 0.00 something it will lose, but still in the competition it loses, okay. That's why editor also thinks, okay, whether I need to be considered this paper or not. So while writing the paper, always you must be consider yourself as editor, you consider as a researcher, and consider as audience. So like worth, you need to act yourself, then only you can able to write the paper in a better way, so that it can publish and it can read by someone, and someone going to cite your paper. So always don't think only as an author, you need to think like an editor at the same time, and think like an audience at the same time. That is so important. That's why in big journals, publishing a paper, it takes some longer time, and they have very strict scrutiny it is there actually. Okay, sorry, one second. Okay, what makes an effective manuscript? So if it is in the paper, okay, whatever the research is there, if it is in online or it is in a journal, we call it as a research paper, right? Or research article, we call it as. But if you are started writing that one, the research that you started writing, okay, we consider this as a manuscript. Manuscript means you are writing that one. You are manually writing that. It's called as a manuscript. Okay. So how can you say it is an effective manuscript? Okay, still now there is no such a measure. Okay, so this much be this much. Okay, data this should be this much, language should be this much. But in an average, you must consider. Okay, you can check out this graph. Okay, usually what you need to consider means the language. Okay, usually many of the scientific society, they will accept in English, right? Majority they will accept in English, but some countries they accept in their mother tongue also. Okay, but technically as an Indian, if you want to establish your research to the world, there is only one language is there for us, that is English. So you need to have some a language that is English, and not a spoken English. It is an English which is used for the scientific applications. So if you read so many literature, then you're able to know about this language. Okay, so how actually scientific languages work out. Then the second thing is data analysis. How you done the data? Okay, whatever the data you have the data in tabular columns, or you have some pictures, right? So what you need to do, you need to scrutinize them. Okay, you need to read those data, you need to analyze, you need to interpret the data. Okay, you need to be present in a such a way that okay, the reader can able to see directly from the image and he can understand. Nowadays no one is going to read line to line from the paper. Okay, if until it is interesting, the paper is interesting and is worth, okay, everyone are going to spend the time for reading the every line to line the paper. But nowadays what is going to happen means everyone don't have any time. They have some limited time, so they have a very near deadlines. So what they are going to do, they will check out, okay, images only, images they are checking. Okay, even I also, what I do, first I will go through Google Images, I will check some scientific concept. If that image is appearing, then I will go to the paper, I am going to read. So this is happening. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to present your data such a way that okay, the complete paper need to be properly understand, okay, from the data itself. Then the second thing is platform. Okay, platform in the here in the sense is platform means which software or which app you are going to using for writing. Okay, majority of we use actually the Word, right? But in some universities or some what you call best guys, okay, what they will do is they will use latex method. Actually there is another software is there, it is open source. Okay, everyone going to access that one, is free of cost. So it is like a small programming. Okay, a small little programming unit. Just if you know the little programming, you can able to write that one. So why instead of Word everyone are going for latex nowadays means actually latex has the formatting of that paper, okay, which is going to publish. If the journal has some format, if you go there, if you download that latex file, just go through typing it, what is going to happen means automatically it will set. So every journal nowadays what they are thinking that they don't have that much of manpower such that they are going to set your journal such that it is going to suit for that journal. So even editor asking us only, okay, he is going to ask, okay, write in this format or arrange your journal such a way that the journal is going to accept. Okay, like that nowadays is going to happen. So you must have to learn in future. Okay, nowadays Word is enough, majority everyone are going to accept the Word, but in future what is going to happen means the manpower in journals is getting to decrease day by day. They may ask you in future, okay, just submit in latex only. Okay, so make sure try to learn the latex. Okay, latex is there, just learn from online. Okay, you have very just you need a half an hour time. Okay, you can easily learn that one. Okay, then content. Okay, so how you are going to present the content is so important actually. And the entire thing is a design. Okay, every journal has, they have the structure. Okay, they have that scaffold. Okay, they have some design for arranging their your data. So you need to follow those guidelines. According to that only they will consider. Okay, that's why if you observe this pattern, okay, for design the first mark will come, because every journal think that okay, they need to have less work. Okay, next, there are a lot of tools are available. Okay, there some are free, some are they are like you need to pay, or some are like open sources. Usually for writing, okay, for writing purposes, majority of the people nowadays for because as we are not from the background of English, right, our education may have in a different our mother language, mother tongues actually. So we are not that much of English. So usually what we are going to do is we are going to depend upon these softwares. Okay, recently came for grammatical corrections. Okay, because usually it is a Grammarly is available there. Okay, and another thing is like Quillbot is available is there. Okay, and
Hello. Hello.
No, is it okay now? Hello? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I will continue. Sorry. I'm very sorry. Where I left, okay, may I let you know? Can you please let us know, okay, where I stopped, from where you are getting this problem, so that I can start from there. Oh, okay, writing and editing, right? Oh, okay, I will start from there. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, okay. So usually we have many tools available where writing and editing, okay, because we need to write our research, okay, in a form of sentences, paragraphs, and everything. So usually we are going to depend upon Word, right? So instead of that, there are some other apps also available. That is LaTeX and Overleaf. Okay, usually LaTeX is an app, okay, where it is going to provide you the formatting thing. Okay, you no need to format everything, because this app actually consists of a small program. You need to learn those small programs. Okay, so usually in Word, what you are going to do is just you are going to take the cursor and going to click on the what you call. If you want to make it bold, just keep will click on the B, or if you want to make it italic, you say I, right? Exactly in LaTeX, what is going to happen? You need to type in manually. Okay, but although why LaTeX is preferred means usually journals, okay, majority of the journals, they doesn't have that much of manpower such that they are not going to manage your paper. Okay, they will say please format it according to the journal. So that's why many people are going to LaTeX. Okay, but Word also, that possibility is there, but Word has some limitation. Okay, when you I think so some people who writing a paper, okay, like review papers, they may get this problem. Okay, after some pages, what is going to getting to problem is there is a formatting error will come. So this may not happen in the LaTeX. Okay, LaTeX is like, okay, directly you submit means it is directly executing the file there itself in the journal.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, 1 second. One second. Sorry. హలో, వినిపిస్తుందా వినా ఇప్పుడు? హలో,
Hana వినిపిస్తుంది.
ఇప్పుడు వినిపిస్తుందా? సారీ,
ఇప్పుడు వినిపిస్తుంది.
ఓకే, ఐమ్ వెరీ సారీ. సో ఎక్కడ ఆగిపోయింది ఇప్పుడు?
కొలాబరేషన్ దగ్గరనా?
Okay. Writing editing tools work అయిపోయింది కదా?
हाँ.
Okay. I'm very sorry, there is a problem with my audio. Okay, now I think so it is okay. So for every author, they have a big problem everyone will face. When after writing a paper, they've done everything, they written in the format as the format asked by the journal and executed, and they submitted the journal. After some time, they sent back. Okay, they may rejected your journal, your article. So what happened? You need to rewrite the complete process. Okay, so for editing like small parts, okay, you can do that one. But how about the references? Every journal have their specific journal, what you call reference style. So you need to rewrite the all your references again. So it is getting a time consuming process actually. So to avoid that, we have many softwares are available. Okay, usually we call them as reference manager tools. Actually, it is inbuilt in the itself, what you call Word itself. But usually, okay, many of them we are not using like what you call proper version, right? That's why it is missing actually. But if you want a free reference management tool, you can use the Mendeley. Mendeley is very, very easy to use actually. Okay, so just go to Mendeley website. It is operated by Elsevier. Just to download the software, install that, and there is an option. Okay, you need to download the Word tool also. Just install it from the software itself, from Mendeley software itself. Once it is going to install, what is going to happen means whatever you are going to write, okay, you can cite there directly. Okay, so how it is means in future I can able to show you this for this one. We need a separate webinar. Okay, it is getting it will take some long time actually. So Mendeley is a free one. Okay, and Zotero also. Zotero and Mendeley both are free versions. You can directly download and you can use. I'm using EndNote. Actually, EndNote is a pricey one. Okay, you need to pay around like 18,000 for a year. Okay, it is somewhat expensive, but Zotero and Mendeley are free. Okay, if once you will get to know about Mendeley or Zotero, what is going to happen means you will get more time. Okay, you no need to organize the references every time. Okay, it will automatically arranges all the references according to the journal in a seconds of time. Okay, you can use this one. Next, coming to the visualizations. If you want to do a better presentation, Excel is enough. According to me, Excel is a very good thing. Okay, but if you want for more, how can you say, by statisticals, okay? If you are going for a statistical processes, my suggestion is use a GraphPad Prism. It is not that much pricey. It is cheaper only. Okay, you can get the student edition. And if you have some knowledge in what you call how can you say, in softwares, okay? So you can go for R. R is free. Python is free. Okay, both R and Python are free. You can download the R and you can use that one. Okay, but the problem is R and Python, they are good for statistical analysis. Okay, for how can you say, for better understanding. Okay, I can say R is very good. Just to download R, what you call, you can go through Swayam. Okay, there is one website called Swayam where R is going to, they are going to teach you. Okay, it is just take like 1 hour, 1 hour or 2 hours only. Okay, it is very, very easy to learn actually. So if you have the R, you can present any data. Okay, you can present any data very, very easily. Okay, in a short period of time. Next, coming to the collaborations. Okay, if you have very big one, okay, so, sometimes you are more than like 10 authors are there. So how you are going to communicate with each other for the paper? So instead of sending a mail like I edited this part, please do this one. I edited like this part. Okay, so instead of that, go for Google Docs. Okay, in Google Docs, what is going to happen means in real time, everyone are going to edit. Okay, it's very, very easy actually. Sorry. Okay, other than that, Notion is there, but problem is Notion requires a subscription, and the Slack also. Okay, these require subscription. Okay, but you have many features more than the Google Docs. But according to me, Google Docs is worth actually. Okay, Google Docs, you can communicate in real time. After completing your paper, you can download it in what you call DOCX form, which is in Word format, and you can submit in later. Okay, and coming to the journal selection. So how you are going to select the journal? That is so important. Okay, so I will skip this here. I will let you know later. Okay, while structure of the paper and how it should be. Based upon that, I will explain one by one. So usually there is a standard structure. Okay, if you want to write a paper, if you want to write a paper, there is a standard structure. It is called IMARD. Okay, usually it is called introduction, method, results, and discussions. We call it as IMRAD. Okay, everyone will follow this thing. Okay, any journal, whatever you are going to take, any journal, it is the common thing. IMRAD. Okay, where actually it contains introduction, method, results, and discussion. Okay, so for a short note, I will show you okay how to structure this paper. Okay, just I'm going to take one Word file for you. So usually the first and foremost is the title. But the problem is everyone has what you call, they will give the name, just they will type here. Don't do that, okay? Always first write the introduction. Always write your introduction. Actually, sorry, I will make it bigger so that you can able to see. Okay. Always write the introduction first. Introduction actually consists of how thoroughly you gone through the review. Okay, you gone through many literatures. Okay, how you reviewed those literatures and how what knowledge you got from there. Okay, so that's why first of all focus on the introduction. Introduction actually mainly contains what is the area, okay, you are working. So that definition you need to mention. Okay, the definition you need to mention there. That is the first task. The first paragraph of every introduction must contain what is the area of your working, and you need to define that. Okay, that is so important. So if I'm working, if my paper is regarding about some rare cancer cells, okay, if I say like this, rare cancer cells are there. So what I need to do is I need to start with the metastasis. Metastasis is a field of like that. Okay, you need to start with the definition. Then later you need to give the brief concept. Okay, what actually this area of your work actually going through. So you need to give a brief concept. So once you give the brief concept means what is going to happen? This is your first paragraph. At the end of the brief paragraph, you need to show the importance. Show the importance or how actually the science community is looking. Everyone said this is an interesting field, okay? Or this is from decade everyone are working in this one, okay? Like this, like that, you need to show how important this field. Okay, within this one, you are going to complete your paragraph 1. Okay, the next two paragraphs are going to discuss about what are the works previously happened. Okay, what are the works previously happened? So you need to consider that thing. Okay, so always make sure the literature review that done by you is from recent only. Okay, so see, someone done in 2001, there some work is done. You are not considered that same work has done with an extension in 2020. So you are going to discuss about only 2001. Okay, so what is going to happen when you are submit the paper? It went to review. Okay, reviewer, he will directly say that. Okay, what happened? Okay, there is a lot of work already happened. Why you are not discussed that? So make sure you must have okay the recent one. You need to start with the recent one. Okay. From there, you need to discuss, okay, what happened previously, like that. Okay, you need to go back in timeline, okay, to search and present your complete review. So make sure your introduction won't exceed more than 500 words. Okay, within 500 words, you are going to discuss this one. This is so important. Okay, if your introduction is more than 500 words means I already told you, okay, no one is that much of time to read every word by word. Okay, they lose patience, although you have very good work is there inside. Okay, due to presence of a long introduction, they will say, no, I am not interested. Okay, So don't do that. Okay, you need to stick to the 500 words, and you must discuss like this only. Then only your paper will have some what you call a credibility. Okay, so that an author going to it going to reach the authors actually. Sorry, readers. Then the last paragraph. Okay, the last paragraph must show the research gap. What is the research gap is there? You gone through the timeline, right? You gone through many research review. Okay, there is everyone are saying, okay, due to this, okay, we are not able to continue our paper. In next future, we are going to discuss that concept. Like that, everyone are saying like that. Okay, so or someone will say, okay, although this work is happening due to this concept, we are not unable to reach this point. So you need to capture those gaps. Okay, you need to capture those gaps, and you need to start working. So first, while writing at the last paragraph, you must show what is the research gap or what is the research problem, or you can say it as a research question. So you must discuss, okay, in just like in 1 or 2 sentences. This is so important. At the end, you need to write the objective of your research. Okay, you must write the objective of your research in not greater than 2 lines. Okay, just stick to that. So after writing the objective, what the objective means? So in order to what you call answer the research gap or research question, I'm going to do some work. Okay, you must mention that one. Okay, so after objective, you need to write what is the anticipated result. So you need to say, okay, due to this work, okay, we are getting to answer this question like that. You need to mention that thing. Okay, whatever the anticipated result, okay, you need to mention in a single line. So this is about your introduction part. Okay, you need to follow these rules. This is so important. Then after that, if it is a research article, it must have introduction, methodology, results, and discussions. Okay, but if you think it is not a research article, it is a review article. Okay, I will get you in few minutes. Okay, first I will complete this one research article. Now we'll write materials and methods. This is so important. Okay, if you are going to target a Q1 and Q2 journal, this is so important. Okay, whatever you are going to do, you need to mention everything. So how? First, whatever the chemicals you took, okay, you need to write under heading chemicals and reagents. Okay, this is so important. While writing chemicals and reagents, you need to mention what is the purity. Okay, every chemical they have purity. Okay, if you observe the chemicals, okay, you can able to see 99.9%, 95%. Okay, the purity will be there. That is important. The second thing is what is the grade of the chemical. Usually we have many grades. One is a technical grade, and we have GC grade, we have HPLC grade, we have a commercial grade. Okay, like that we have many grades will be there. You can observe these things on your chemical itself. On the chemical, you can find all these things. But this is so important. You must mention the purity and it is a technical grade or not, or it is a GC grade or anything. For example, I will give here. So I purchased HCl. Okay, usually it is like 35%. It's a purity, and it is usually a technical grade. And you must mention the company, whether you can what you call write in a bracket or parenthesis, or you can write directly. Okay, like that. Okay, I purchased from some Sigma or something. Okay, whatever the what you call agency is there, you can write that one. This is so important. If more than 10 chemicals are there, like A, B, C, D chemicals are there, so you need to think first of all how many chemicals are there and what are their purity and what from which company you bought. So you don't need to repeat the same company name again and again. You need to say chemical A, chemical B, some chemical B, sorry, chemical C, purchased from Sigma. You can write like this directly. Okay, or sometimes you can do that also. Okay, if you have technical grade chemicals, 5 are there. Just to mention technical grade chemicals with the purity of so each chemical have their own purity. Write it in brackets. B, write it in brackets and mention purchase from Sigma. Okay, you must mention the purity and at the same time company you bought. Okay, because at the review time, okay, they will definitely ask you. Some people also ask the cash number also. Okay, so you can mention in you can write what you call the same chemical things. So you can make it very short here and write the chemical things in the supplementary information, because if you done like 10 experiments, in the 10 experiments you got a lot of results. In the results you are going to present the best ones, but sometimes what is going to happen means you follow method A, method C, sorry, method A, B, C, D, 4 methods you followed. In that method A, B, you got the result, and C, D, you doesn't have any results. So you need to mention that also. Okay, if I do in the C, D manner, you won't get the result. So what you are going to do is you need to mention in the supporting information. You need to mention there. Okay, that is also so important. And sometimes some journals will ask, okay, so please provide the list of chemicals in the supporting information. That time what you need to do is you need to write a tabular column. Okay, in the tabular column, what you need to do is you need to mention the chemical name, the chemical name in the first one. The second thing is CAS number. The third one is purity and grade. The purity and grade, and last one is the company you purchase. Sometimes some journals may ask like this also. Okay, they will ask to include in the supporting information. Okay, and coming to the antibodies. Okay, coming to the antibodies. In antibodies, they will ask for the lot number. Okay, this is so important. While doing the experiment, please consider everything. Okay, you need to take a capture. You need to capture the what you call information that is present on the vial that is you are getting from the company. Okay, this is so important. Sometimes they will ask the lot number. Definitely, a reviewer from the Q1 or Q2 journal, they will definitely ask what antibody you used, where you purchased, and if you purchased, okay, what is the lot number? Because you know, right, in antibody chemistry or antibody industry, what is going to happen means if the antibodies are produced from the same cells or produced from the same system, at some time they will lose the capability of if they have at the first end, okay, when they prepared freshly, they have the impact. Okay, after some preparations, they may lose that impact. That's why a lot number actually disguises, okay, or discusses actually at what rate or at what condition they're done, so that this experiment will work. So the important thing is nowadays what is going to happen means everyone are working hardly in the science. They will read your paper. They will follow what you tell by you, what you written by you. Okay. If they think that it is not reproducible, if it is not reproducible, they will definitely inform to the what you call journals. Okay. They will say that it is a fraud. Like that, they will tell you. Okay, they will you may lose your credibility. So instead of that, you need, if you done properly and you have a genuine data, what you need to do is you need to prove yourself. That's why you need to keep always the details perfectly in the how can you say, in the supplementary information. If something is there in supplementary information means he must follow those rules only. So that means simply I'm example telling. Okay, if there is a company prepared for the first time, that is a lot number 1, and after some time lot number 2, lot number 3, for day by day the lot number is getting to change. You done at lot number 10, your experiments are there. Okay, the same person, the same company also gives to the other lab, okay, the same antibodies, but the lot number this time is 30. So what does that means? Already they lost some functionality. So usually they won't get the results, so that you can what you call you can defeat, okay, with journals. So that's why keep every detail of the chemicals what you purchased. Okay, and always how can you say explain the method. Okay, so like this for DNA isolation and characterization. So DNA isolation characterization is running from almost 60 or 70 years back. Okay, so you no need to write I'm using phenylchloroform method, no need. Okay, just to mention that, okay, we used the isolation of the DNA through using some method, by using a regular method by some modifications. So you need to cite a paper there. Okay, citation of a work is so important. That is important majorly in the material methods. Okay, everyone will forget, okay, to add the related work here. Okay, so like this, I will do like this. I isolate the DNA from the bacteria. Yeah. Based on the earlier reports. Just mention like this and cite the author. Okay, like this. Watson, 1953. If there are two or more authors, must mention et al. Okay, it may going to change according to the journal. Some journals always they will ask no need to use this complete one. They will use numbers. Okay, their numbers will be like this. Someone will ask like this. Okay, someone will ask will like this. Instead of for this one, they will ask for a superscripting. Sorry. They will ask like superscripting. Okay, you must follow the guidelines of the journal while writing this one. Okay, so that means even in materials and methods, you must mention the report that is used for your experiment. That is so important. And if you are using some equipment, okay, usually okay, simple I will say the gel reader. Okay, by gel reader I'm going to assess or analysis my DNA. So you are saying like this. So while mentioning, you must mention the company of the gel dog, usually Biorad. Okay, you must mention the model. Before company, you must mention the LT100. Okay, this is so important. If you want to publish a paper in Q1, Q2, these are the minimum criteria you need to follow such that the reviewer thinks that you have the scientific credibility, you have scientific authentication. Okay, you know the science. In science, whatever you are going to do, you must cite, you must refer. That is so important. So you must follow all these things. So later, coming to the results. Some journals will ask, okay, please write the results and the discussions in a same heading. But some journals may ask you like this, okay, please provide the discussions in separate section. But usually majority of the journals, they will ask, okay, do you add the results and discussions in the same thing? So what exactly the discussions it is means, okay? So you followed many literature, okay? Previously you followed many literature, you've done the DNA experimentation. While doing your DNA experimentation, you got a good result. So before mentioning that you are the good results, okay? So first you need to say what you have. That is the observation, okay? After running the experiment, for 30 minutes, okay, we acquired the 3 events at some reason. Okay, just for example, I'm giving at some reason. Okay, so this is your observation. Okay, this is your observation what you got, and you are also mentioning like this. Okay, you can observe it. Okay, which was illustrated in figure 1. Okay, you are saying like this. You need to represent the figure 1. Okay, upon figure 1, you are getting this option. Okay, now so you need to discuss. What you need to discuss means you need to mention that all these experiments are very good compared to the previous ones. Okay, in previous experiments, they got at 45 minutes. So I got in 30 minutes here. Okay, like this, you need to mention. After this, you need to mention the author. Okay, that's 19 et al. 53. Okay, you need to mention like this. This is so important. Okay, if they're asking for only results, okay, just write up to here, and remaining you can say, write this one in discussion section separately. So these are the minimum standards you need to follow. First thing is while writing, you need to structure. Okay, you need to always make a proper structure of the paper. After structuring of your paper, you need to follow these introduction rules and follow the methods and materials and method rules. And finally, results and discussion section. You need to follow carefully these things. Okay. So second rule is you must cite whatever you are doing, you must cite the work. That is so important. And the third thing is while you are discussing, you must discuss with the earlier work. Without discussing with earlier work, you are not getting any option such that you are going to publish in the Q1 journal. In Q1 journal, they will ask always on what basis you are going to explain. That basis you need to discuss. That is the discussion thing you are going to observe. Okay. This is about the structure of the paper and the easiest method. Okay. Easiest method is you can use ChatGPT. Okay. But one thing, ChatGPT is for like making the structure only, not for writing your complete paper. Because nowadays, every journal, they have AI detector. Okay. They will definitely detect the thing what you copied from the generative sites, usually AI. Okay. Whatever the AI used, okay, they will definitely catch by the journals. So, sorry. My suggestion, those who are using a ChatGPT, this one, how can you say, it's a paid version, okay? Those people have this this GPT. This is called consensus. Okay, those people who are using the paid version, you will get this consensus app. In this consensus app, what you need to do is you need to just ask, okay, the AI such that, okay, I would like to write a journal, or you need to write, you must mention manuscript, sorry, manuscript on the title. Okay, provide like this, okay, DNS and aptamer to capture the rare cells, rare cancer cells. You need to provide the name of the title, okay, then give the comma, and always make sure you need to keep them in inverted commas, okay, so that it can able to think that it is a title. Then mention that provide a systematic structure of the paper. Systematic structure of the paper which can be submitted in Q1 journal. Just mention like this. So it will generate for you the structure. Right? You can able to see. Okay. Okay. Now, just by giving, and one more thing, you sometimes you can give the name of the journal also. Okay. If you give the name of the journal, it will plan according to that journal. Okay. So which journal you want to submit, just give the name of the journal after Q1 journal in inverted commas, so that it can generate the complete structure according to that paper, so that you can what you call write according to that. But don't depend upon ChatGPT for generating the content. It is very, very hard to publish in Q1 journals. They will capture within seconds. Okay, it is very, very easy. So always make sure for generation of the structure only you are going to see here through the ChatGPT. Okay, usually what you call it contains a title, and after the title, okay, what you need to add everything. Okay, in the first page, what you need to add in the second page. Okay, how you are going to develop. Okay, so everything it is going to be generated here. So you can use the ChatGPT so that you can get the structure of the paper. Sorry. So now coming to the how can you say review articles. Review articles actually they have different structures to be followed by one paper to another paper. Usually the structure of the review articles usually given by the journals itself. If you go to the journal guidelines, okay, author guidelines will be there one section in every journal. Just to go through there, just to download that. In that one, you can observe the pattern how you need to follow for the writing a review article. They have a word limit will be there, so you need to follow according to that. Next, the important thing is what you call while completing your structure of the paper, once you got introduction, method, results and discussions, everything you written. So based on this, based upon your results and discussions, you need to write the abstract and discussion. You must use what you call, you need to write abstract and discussion at the abstract and conclusion at the last. Okay, first you must have introduction, methodology, results and discussions. Upon results and discussions, you need to compare this one, you need to shorten that form, and you need to write the abstract. Writing the abstract is so important, okay, because in abstract no need to write what you call whatever the results you have. Just you need to write in like 250 words. In the 250 words, you must mention the first thing is what is the area of the research and how actually this area of research is compelling, and followed by what methods you used, followed by what results, anticipated results you got. Okay, within the 250 words, you need to arrange that thing. Crafting an abstract is so important for submitting an article. That is so important. Later in conclusion, you need to write whatever you got, whatever the results you got, you need to discuss there within like 200 words. Within 50 words, you must mention, okay, what is its future or what is its application. Okay, you mention in the conclusion. So usually the publication process is like this. First, you need to select a journal. Once you select the journal, you return the paper according to that journal. Once you return the paper, you must observe the author's guidelines. You need to follow all author guidelines. Usually author guidelines consists of how you need to write the paper and what are the things you must follow and what are the things you are not going to drop there and what are the ethics you must follow. Everything will be in author guidelines. First, go through the author guidelines. According to that, edit your paper and set the references and everything. Then go for publishing. In that one, first you need to select the journal. What is the journal? What you call how you are going to select the journal? This is important. Okay, I will show you. There are every journal they have okay tools for selecting the journal. Usually, I will show you this Springer. Okay, Springer Journal Finder. So you have Springer Journal Finder is there. The same Elsevier is there. Elsevier Journal Finder is there. Okay, just open this one. So if you go there, you can observe the manuscript title and abstract. Okay, just write the title or abstract. Same here. Okay, just write the abstract here. Then click the journal finder. So you will get the possible journals that are going to accept your work. Okay, you can observe from here. There are two things. One is Springer and Elsevier. Not only this, every journal have their own journal finders will be available. Use them and you can able to get the results. Okay. Due to have very short time, I want to wrap up from here. Okay. So please go through. I will explain one by one, and you can ask the Q&A section. I can answer the questions. Okay. Next. So after selecting the paper, what you are going to do is there is a post. Wait. Okay. In finding the journals, usually you need to observe what is the scope of the journal. Okay. First, whenever you open the journal, there will be aims and scopes. Just click that thing, and whether your title is going to fix or not, okay, it is going to appear there. Then later, observe the journal indexing, whether it is a Scopus indexing, SCI indexing are there or not. Okay. Then observe the impact factor is there or not. Then whether this is an open access. Open access means you must be paid. Okay. You need to pay the money. Then only it is freely available for the people. And another thing is subscription model. That means you can freely publish. But no one is going to see directly without any subscription. This is the problem. And some journals have both. Okay, that is called hybrid journals. They have open access at the same time. Subscription model will be there. Then I already told you, right? These are the things. Okay, you can use for finding a journal. Elsevier Journal Finder, Springer Journal Suggester. Okay, like that. Every journal have their own suggesters will be there. Just click and Google directly journal finder like that. You will get that one. Okay, by just typing your abstract, you will get to know what are the journals they are going to accept your work. Then after submitting your journal, what is going to happen means usually before editor there is one editor. There is a important editor. Okay, usually this editor what he will do means he will check your paper. You adhere to the journal regulations or not. He will check everything, the structure, the references and everything he will check. And the second thing, what he will check means he will check the plagiarism. Okay, your plagiarism not exceed always 10%. Okay, that is so important. You must strict towards the plagiarism. That is so important. Okay. Then the third thing is he will check whether your work is going to fit in the journal or not. You are going to follow the aims and scopes. Okay, if you follow aims and scope properly, he will definitely accept. If these three are going to be complete, this editor will send it to the editor in charge, or you can say it as a chief editor. Okay, this chief editor sends these journals to your article to reviewers. Okay, where it is undergo proper peer reviewing. Some journals will take some time. Okay, so they will nowadays actually every journal will present their time. What is the first decision? The first decision means whether your work is going to peer review or not. Okay, you will get there only. Okay, once you the editor will forward to the peer review. Once your peer review completed, okay, it will come back. Usually some reviewers, okay, they will reject, or some reviewers they'll accept, but by they will ask to answer some questions. Okay, if you answer those questions, they will accept the paper. That is the post submission thing. And if once it is accepted means what is going to happen means you will get a proofreading. Okay, in proofread, okay, you need to follow all the things. Okay, author name, everything. Okay, if once you are not going to change anything means it will be permanently in online. So you whatever the mistakes you have done, you need to rectify within the what you call a proofreading time only. Once it is going to complete in the proofreading, what is going to happen? Your paper will be in online. Okay, the main takeaway is the important thing is actually writing the paper. Okay, it depends upon the journal only. Okay, the journal what they are going to accept. Okay, according to that you need to structure your paper. Then you while selecting the journal, always think. Okay, always choose that they must lie in Q1 Q2, because if you want to go for further what you call best universities or institutions, they will always choose Q1 Q2 journal. So you need to check that one. What is the purpose of your what you call publishing this paper? Also important. If your purpose is you want to go for higher education, or what you call getting to get in what you call well equipped institutions or state of the art institutions, you must go for Q1 Q2 only. Okay, then submission is so important. While submission, you must consider the guidelines of the paper, and you need to set according to that, and you need to publish the paper. Then in post submission, you need to respond properly to the reviewers. If you don't respond properly, and if you are not in time, okay, they will give you some time. Within that time only, you need to review your journal, review your article. If you are not responded in time properly, they will what you call won't accept this one. Okay, it is not only what you research. Okay, it is how you are going to publish also so important nowadays. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, please let me know. And I would like to thank First Pharma Job for providing this opportunity. If you have any doubts, please let me know so that I can answer your questions.